Hello and welcome back
Welcome
to
Basically Adulting. Oh man, that brought me back to when we first started.
Season 1.
Yeah, when we were like so on sync. We were like, we have to say it at the same time. If we don't, we start over.
It was a little psychotic of it.
Well, it was, we wanted to be perfect.
And then we would giggle and we're like, okay, we have to be serious.
Yeah, we have to be serious. That no longer. We're like, just leave it in.
Yeah.
Leave it in for the gigs.
For the gigs.
People that want to giggle with us.
Yeah.
The little gigglers.
And if you want to giggle with us more, you can follow us on our social media.
Yeah, we have lots of social media now. We have our Instagram, the OG, IG, OG, get it? I almost winked.
Oh, like so punny of you.
I almost winked like I was winking at the camera, but there's nobody watching but you. Yeah, our Instagram, what is it, Louisa?
Basically Adulting _podcast.
Okay, and then we also have a TikTok that we're trying to be cool and hip, like
we're trying to be in with the kids.
Right. We're trying to be cool.
Yeah.
We are cool.
We're just trying to be cooler.
Right. The coolest.
We're
trying to be the coolest kids on the block.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure that you follow us so you can see us, because it's only going to be on there. TikTok. What's our TikTok?
Our TikTok handle is BA_podcast.
Perfect. And then for episodes in reels or shorts, we actually also started a YouTube channel as well, where you can watch full episodes. Not every single episode is going to be on YouTube, but some is better than none. So take what you can get.
And don't throw a fit.
Right. So what's our YouTube?
It's just basically adulting.
Louisa knows everything. I'm just here for the ride.
She's a passenger princess.
Right. I'm like, just tell me where to go. I'll show up. I'll be there. But how have you been?
I've been good. Obviously, we're on week 2 of 75 Hard. But I've been good. I've been hitting those 2 workouts, which hasn't been hard. Honestly, like completing every single task. I was telling Fernanda, I was like, it doesn't feel like homework, but it's like, oh man, I still have to read my 10 pages.
Yeah.
I still have to drink my gallon of water. I'm like, I don't have time to talk. I don't have time to date right now. I'm too busy.
Yeah. I don't have time to do anything. I'm like, I have to figure out, because you can't do the workouts consecutively. Like you can't do both of them like back to back in the morning, which would be ideal. Just get them kind of like done out of the way. Wake up early, have your evenings. That's too easy. So it's the point of this challenge that we're doing is to be inconvenient and to still do it anyways. And so, yeah, it is hard to be like, well, yeah, I can meet you out for dinner, but I have to go home afterwards so I can finish my workout.
Yeah.
And I have to finish reading my 10 pages. And I want to be in bed before 10 o'clock because I'm tired and I have to wake up early tomorrow and do it again. So, yeah, I think that taking this time to really like focus on ourselves is really important, because that's we're not tied down to anyone right now. So there's no,
we have the freedom of that.
Right.
Yeah.
But speaking of, I told you I would tell you on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, the guy that I was kind of seeing back in December, he decided to join the military. So I had blocked him. And his birthday was this past weekend. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be nice and text him happy birthday. And so I unblocked him. And I said, "Happy birthday, stranger," because that's how he texted me.
Yeah.
Not happy birthday, but like, the stranger part.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Happy birthday, stranger." I don't hear from him at all throughout the entire day. He texts me the following day on Sunday. He's like, "Thank you, you're sweet," which I'm like, okay, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So I just was like, I haven't talked to him in like a month and a half because he's been blocked on my phone. I haven't really thought about him, whatever. But he and I were still matched from where we originally connected.
Yeah.
We were still a match. And so I was just looking today. He unmatched me.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
I take back my birthday.
Yeah, like fuck that.
Unsent.
I take back my happy birthday.
Yeah.
I hope you had a terrible day.
Fuck him, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like how gross.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, wow. I don't need, but I did post something today or yesterday that I posted it on my Instagram story that after I saw him, like I realized that he had unmatched me. I was like, what the fuck? And I posted this on my Instagram 10 hours ago.
I think I liked it.
Let me see. You did. It says 2025 is in 6 months. Don't let anyone waste your time. Be intentional about your time, who you spend it with, get aligned with your goals, and be brave enough to make new choices. So I saw that again after I realized, and I was like, dude, fuck that. Stop wasting my time. I deleted our text message thread.
Wow.
And yeah, because I like to keep the text message thread. I'll keep it till the end of fucking time. But no, we're not messing around now.
You're taking up storage. Bye.
Yeah, you are. And I have to delete pictures because of your damn text message thread. Not anymore. Bye.
Yeah. Wow.
I know.
Damn, that's wild.
So, yeah, I take back my happy birthday. I was just trying to be nice. And you go and unmatch me. What the fuck? Rude. So that was what I wanted to tell you. I was wanting to get your reaction.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wow.
I know.
I was not expecting that.
What were you expecting?
I don't know.
I'm full of
surprises. Yeah.
Unexpectations. Yeah. That was a weird way to say that. That was a weird way to say surprises.
Oh goodness. Well, I've also been battling with like sinus infection.
Yeah, you do kind of sound a little stuffy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was worse yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, like my mom came home and she's like, "Are you good?"
She's like, "Ew, get away from me."
I looked pale. I was pale. But I think it's because my monthly cycle was starting and I usually get really like sickly, before it, but something you're going to find this hilarious. So as maybe y'all don't know, but I do my own nails. And so every time I do my nails, I'm like, I need to put something on that's going to like be an hour long and I can like sit and like whatever. And so I was like, I don't know why I've had this itch to watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
What?
I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm like, I really want to like, because I've seen the first one with James Franco. I just haven't like followed along with like the two others. And so, or I think it's like 3 others, I don't know. So I was like, oh man, I really need to watch this. So I like watched the James Franco one again. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like there, like taking my old nails off and like doing the new ones. And I'm like, this is such an interesting movie because they're like testing a potential like Alzheimer's cure on these apes. And I was just like, in my head, I was just thinking, I'm like, what if they're like really doing this and like monkeys become like
humans
smart? Like, and
I would not put it past science to try.
Oh, 100%. And so my mom came home and she was like, what are you watching? And I'm like, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Because I think my brother and I were talking about it like 2 weeks ago. Because I guess there was like a thing on Twitter whether you're team human or team apes. And I was like, I've always been team apes. But I was like, maybe I should watch these movies before I start saying I'm team apes.
Right. They come and like rip you apart.
Yeah.
I'll admit that I've never seen those movies.
They're interesting because it's.
I didn't even know there was more than one, to be honest.
Yeah.
How many are there? 4?
I think I know 3 so far.
That's still a lot.
They're on Disney Plus. You can watch them.
Oh, great! I'll just run home and
I can't wait.
Maybe.
So that was my.
So you watched all 3?
No, I only watched 1, and then my mom came home and she's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "This movie."
She's like, "We're not watching this anymore. I'm turning on my."
She literally was like, "Okay, can you turn that off?" Because it's like, right, like making my blood pressure rise.
She's like, "We're gonna turn on my Korean dramas."
And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Some of your Korean dramas are like really gory." She's like, "Name one," and I was like, "Okay, this one." She's like, "That wasn't so bad," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like they talk like. The bullying they talked about in that show was like ridiculous.
The bullying?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like the stuff they would do to this like main character. I feel like that's up your alley. I feel like you would like it. It's called The Glory.
Okay.
It's about this one girl who was like pretty much like I don't even think bullied is enough. It's like her like not even harassment. What's that thing they do to fraternity brothers? The hazing.
Haze, yeah.
Yes. It was like practically hazing.
Like torture?
Almost murder.
She basically murdered her.
They basically
manslaughter.
Close. Like they did, like they burnt her face, like really bad stuff in school. So she comes back to get revenge. Gosh. And
yeah, that's definitely up my alley.
I feel like you would like it.
Okay. Yeah, fuck the apes. I'm up for murder. Like anything.
Sign me up.
Anything murder related, it's up my alley.
Yeah.
Or like crime documentaries.
Yeah. So.
Or like police shows. I love those.
Me too.
Yeah, so back to 75 Day Hard.
Mm-hmm.
We're on day 9 out of 75 days. So go us. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know what 75 Day Hard is, we have to work out twice a day for 45 minutes. One has to be outside, no matter what the weather conditions are. And we're located in Texas, and it gets very hot here.
Mm-hmm.
So navigating the heat is definitely something that we've been
dealing with.
We have to drink a gallon of water. We have to stick to a diet of whatever our choice is, but healthy, clean eating. No alcohol.
No cheat meals.
Cheat meals, obviously. We have to take a progress picture every day. We have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be an audiobook. It has to be physical in your hands.
Yeah.
Kindles are acceptable. The Bible is acceptable. What else? Is that it?
I think that's it, yeah.
So those all together, like individually, those seem like very easy tasks, I think, in my opinion. But I think the hard part about doing them each and every single day is that if you don't do one of them, you have to start completely over. So the challenge is to complete this, doing it every single day. Obviously, by reading, you're going to accumulate some different, I don't know, motivation. Different types of knowledge. By working out for 75 days, twice a day, you're obviously going to see some physical upgrades in your life. Same with like your eating as well. I can already kind of tell, I was telling Louisa earlier, like I know it's just been a week, but the workouts that I've been doing, I feel like I was getting out and I was moving obviously more than I have in a long time. So my body obviously can feel it. I can feel it, like not necessarily sore, but I can feel it feels good, like that, that good sore feeling. Yeah. But I feel less soft is what I think that's how I described it.
Like you're toning up.
I'm toning, or I'm just like losing, I don't know, fat. Hopefully, I don't know. But I think that I definitely want to start like incorporating like weights into my workouts, because I've really just been doing like body weight stuff for this first week. So I'm going to try to do like 3 times a week weights for these next like couple weeks, and then maybe incorporate more if I want to. Yeah.
I went back to boot camp last week. I did 2 classes. Very proud of myself.
Yeah.
Leg day was, I can't even remember what day it was that I went. I think it was like Wednesday.
I know. Tell them, show them, or not show them, but like tell them what the description of the last finisher was.
Oh my gosh. So, the place I go to is called Burn Boot Camp. My phone froze. And so they have, it's nice that they'll like every Sunday they'll post, they call it weekly, the weekly protocol. And so, oh shoot, I wanted to add my actual app. But I texted them like what the finisher was. So like you have the workout, and then like you always have a finisher, like what we finish the workout with. And so it was with leg shaker finisher. And so do you want to know what that was?
Yeah.
It was split squats.
Oh God.
And so it was I honestly think I blacked out. I don't even remember like how the timing was. But it was like, so we like split squat, and then you're like kind of like not even pulsing, but like you're going up and down just over and over for like 30 seconds. And then you're like pulsing for like 15, and then you hold for another 15, and then you switch legs.
Oh God.
And I was like, I don't think I can do this. I would have taken a wall sit.
You did it.
I did it. That's the important part.
I know. She texted us and she was like, a leg shaking finisher. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a bad finisher to me.
Yeah.
That's how you want to finish. And she's like, I wish it was that type of finish.
Yeah. And then I had texted them afterwards and I was like, I experienced my soul leaving my body in the middle of this workout. So it was, and then Friday was
But how did you feel afterwards though?
I felt good. And then the next day I was a little sore. Yeah. I was like, someone give me a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to move these legs.
Right.
And so that day I just walked both workouts, outside, inside. And then Friday I did another workout with them, and it was just like a body weight conditioning. I think it was, I don't know. That was it was like 4 minutes in each station. And you're just like doing 12 reps and then 12 jumping jacks, 12 reps, 12 jumping jacks. That was I can't do a pull-up. And I'm like, so my goal is to be able to at least just do 1 pull-up.
Yeah, I don't think I can do a pull-up either.
Like, that shit's hard.
Yeah, you're pulling up your entire body weight.
And they're like, come on. And I'm like, I'm fucking trying.
You're like you're just frozen there. You're like, I'm trying.
I'm like moving my body. I'm like, I'm trying. But
did they give you like a band or anything to like?
Yeah, they have bands, but that shit doesn't do anything. I don't know why they think it does something.
You need like a stronger resistance.
I'll put 2 bands on. They'll give me 2 bands, and that does nothing.
Well, we'll
work on
it. But we're also gonna we're gonna test our miles. We decided.
Yeah.
So I think every week we should run a mile.
Okay.
We can do it whenever. Obviously, we're in week 2, so we should probably start it tomorrow, I guess.
Well, sometime this week.
Sometime this week, yeah. But yeah, we can do it anytime, I guess. We're going to see what our starting time mile is. I remember in high school, we had to run a mile under 7 minutes.
Yeah, I remember.
The Kyle mile.
I don't think we had to do 7 minutes.
Maybe they considered that torture after our grade because we had to. Coach Kyle was there when you were there. I
didn't have Coach Kyle.
I know, but you had to run the mile at the start of season. Everyone did in the basketball program.
See, this is when I think we didn't go to high school at the same time because I had a different head coach.
Well, you had probably the freshman coach. Coach Kyle was the coach.
No, we had a different head coach. We didn't have Coach Kyle. We had Coach Owens.
When did you graduate?
2014.
You did not graduate high school in 2014.
Yes.
When did you start?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
2010?
I graduated in 2010. So yeah, we missed each other then.
Yeah. Okay, that makes...
Wow. We've been telling people you were a freshman. You were a freshman and I was a senior the whole time. Gosh. It's okay, we can still tell people that.
They don't know.
Nobody fucking knows. No,
don't tell anybody, guys.
People probably don't even care. Like, oh wow, cool.
We don't care.
I was like, no, you did not, because I graduated college in 2014.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I started my freshman year. We were both freshmen at the same time.
Oh, sweet.
How sweet. Okay, anyways, back to business. Yeah.
I think they upped it for us. We had to do, maybe it was 7. I don't remember. But like my team was undefeated. So Coach Owens let us.
We had to run the mile at the start of season. You had to run the mile every single day. If you made it. So if you made it on the first day, you didn't have to run. You didn't have to come in early to practice and run. So let's say season started October 1st. We're running the mile, I don't know, like September 1st. So let's say the Kyle mile was September 1st. We called it the Kyle mile. So if you didn't make under 7 minutes on September 1st, you were coming in on September 2nd and you were coming in early before practice and running. If you didn't make it on September 2nd, you were coming on September 3rd, all the way up until season started. So if you didn't make it under 7 minutes the entire time, you were going in early and running your mile every single day.
No, we didn't have to.
So our goal was to freaking do it on the first time so we didn't have to do that.
No, Coach Owens, her mindset, I loved her. There is like issues with that, and we can talk about that on another podcast. Yeah. But I loved her as a coach. We only had her for freshman year, but I loved her because her mindset was very, I don't know. She was a very old school, like women's basketball type. And so her thing, it's like if varsity failed, it affected everybody. Yeah. It doesn't matter that you guys did, like, she always felt bad for my team because she's like, you guys are out there undefeated, but we're going to come and run sprints and do shit because
everyone
else sucks. And it's like she was never about like favoritism or anything. Like it was just like, and she would get on our asses. Yeah. And I liked that. Other people didn't, but I
appreciated that as like in a coach, like to be.
You're not yelling at me to be mean. You're yelling at me because you know I can do better.
Yeah, to help me improve. And I think that really has like, you know, not affected my character, but it does, you know, I think that it shows true leadership of like how to motivate a team, of like being able to, I was just listening to a podcast this morning, is like about winning when you're like managing a team, which now I do manage a team. So I, you know, kind of look back on stuff like that sometimes. But I was listening to this podcast this morning and it was like teams bond over winning. Like you have, like, looking back on your team, when you guys were undefeated, I know you guys didn't get to like celebrate the wins, like, because you got punished, like you were losing, but like your team that was actually winning, like you guys were close because you're like, we're good, we're training together, we're going through all of the punishments together, we're doing all of this together, and we're coming out and we're going to be beating all these people together. And that, like, the host was saying, like, no pizza party, no lunch can really beat that.
Yeah.
Like, really being on your team's butt and like motivating them with winning and coming out on top and like accomplishing your goals, that's something to be proud of. Like saying, we're going to hit these numbers this month, and we're going to do it together, we're going to work hard, we're going to cry together, we're going to sweat together, we're going to freak out together, and then we're going to win together.
Yeah. That's like our little team in 75 Hard too.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna, what do they say? They say misery loves company.
Yeah.
But I honestly wouldn't even say like this is miserable. Like a lot of people, and everyone that I told that I was doing 75 Day Hard, they're like, "Oh my gosh, like how could you do that?"
Same.
Blah, blah. And I'm like, now that we're kind of like in it a little bit and not having, like, we're only a week, 9 days in, so like that's not that much time, but I feel like it's more time than those people that were talking shit about it, and we've done at least 9 days, you know, and I don't think that we can say that we're going to be completely proud until we complete the entire thing. Mm-hmm. But it's not, I think in my head, and this is a lot of like, I think what people like hold people back from doing things, but I was imagining it being a lot harder than it is currently. Like it is tough. Like it is mentally tough, it's physically tough, like it definitely is, but I think in my head it's like just telling myself the negatives from the get-go of oh, you can't do that, it's going to be hard, how are you going to live without alcohol for 75 days, like all just, putting up all of these what ifs and not even giving myself a chance before I even try. And I think that a lot of people in business and life, they always put themselves of like, well, what if this happened, and they always just bring out the negatives before they even try.
I actually want to read you a quote from my book that I literally just highlighted.
Okay.
Because I'm reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and he has like challenges, and so one of the things he talks about is like stepping outside of your comfort zone. So like this challenge is us being outside of our comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Because like in a lot of social settings, there's alcohol involved, and there's like greasy, yummy food involved, and it's gonna be out of our comfort zone to like have to be sober and like have certain conversations, or like, oh no thank you, or like, it's tough. Like Fernanda texted me on Friday, she went to go watch the Mavs game, and she's like, oh man, she's like, they're handing out free shots, and I'm like, you were literally already a week in.
Don't do it.
Like, don't do it. And she didn't do it, and she was like very strong, but she still had a fun time. And so the quote I highlighted in his challenge, he says, we often choose to focus on our strengths rather than our weaknesses. Use this time to make your weakness your strength. And I think that's because we're always like, oh no, like I'm scared to do this, or I'm scared to do that. And it's like, okay, well, like use that fear.
And I think using fear as a drive of take a risk and be like, well, that didn't work out, and know that it didn't work out, but at least you tried. Like, I would rather live my life taking risks and saying, well, I tried it and it didn't work out the way I planned it, and either be able to tweak it if it's something that I actually want to do, or like, but you're never going to get it right on the first try. Like, life is about trying things and experiencing things and failing and learning from those failures and evolving to make it better. Like, you have to elevate yourself in a way to improve every time by taking what you've learned in your failures and in your past experiences, and even people that you work with or people that you're close to, like looking at their mistakes and learning from them. That's why people get mentors, so they don't make the same mistakes as they did.
Yeah.
And so I really think that this challenge, and I think I said it on the last podcast, was like, my goal for this challenge is to finish it, is to get from the start to the finish line, because that just proves to myself that, yeah, I can actually put my mind to something and finish it.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like you literally have no excuses to not accomplish anything that you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, well, this is happening. Well, figure out a solution. Do it anyways. What, like with the whole weather thing, like we luckily haven't had to could you imagine if we had started this challenge like 2 weeks early when all of those like rainstorms were happening and like tornado warnings were going? No. Like we would have to like walk in the rain.
Yeah.
And it's like, we would have done it.
Yeah, we would have figured it out.
We would have had to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like do a little 20-minute walk when there's a break, or, you just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like life's not always going to be perfect. I wrote this down. Hold on. Okay, yeah. The reality is that the conditions of life are never going to be perfect. There's always going to be hardship, and there's always going to be inconveniences. So that's one thing. It's like we decided to start 75 Day Hard just whenever we did, because it's like there's no better time than now.
Yeah.
But I did want to touch on just another thing too, of just there's 4. I listened to Andy. How do you say his last name? Frisella. Andy Frisella, who is the guy that created 75 Day Hard. He has a podcast. It's Andy. I think it's called Real AF. You can find it on podcasts and Spotify and everything. But he talks about just having these four points in order to elevate your mind and just your life, whether that's in business, whether that's it's really in anything that you do, is really putting these to it. So he says there's always going to be things that are not ideal, and if you only execute when things are ideal, you will not win. You cannot win. So number 1 is consistently reminding yourself of your purpose. So why are you doing this? What is your why? And I know that people have probably heard that for anything, like when you start a diet or when you start a workout program or when you start your business, like you need a why. Like what's your drive to do this? So he goes on to say, you're not going to get anything done if you don't know why you're doing it. You have to vision for what you really want in your life, and You have to have a purpose that drives all of your hard work. Inside your head, you should be consistently asking yourself, why am I doing this? When you ask yourself that question, you should know and state the answer immediately. You should be able to recall that right away. So if you haven't thought about your why, or why you're trying to do something, or why you want to start a business, what's the purpose of your business? Who do you want to reach to? Mm-hmm. You should know that answer, which I was like, that's very true. If you don't even know why you're doing it, like, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
You know? So the second thing he says is make up your mind that the rules are set in stone. You cannot change them once you start. So kind of like this 75-day hard challenge, we have the rules. You cannot vary from the rules. If you don't do the rules, you fail. You have to start over.
Yeah.
Like, it's very much so set in stone. He says the average people make the assumption that if things get tough, they can compromise the rules. They can change the path. They can adjust the situation, which is why most people are most people. Average.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every time I've talked about the 75-day challenge with people, and they are always like, well, I couldn't do that. Like, I could do it, but I would be able to drink or whatever. It's like, well, no, like, you're missing the point of
the challenge.
The challenge of why we're doing it.
Yeah.
Point number 3, get your mind clear on the specific critical tasks that are essential for you. Don't just make a mental note. You have to follow a system. You can't just wing it. So you can't just say, like, I'm going to do these tasks today and they're going to get done. That's not how it's going to work. You have to consistently, like, list them out and say, I'm going to do A, B, C, and physically cross A off, physically cross B off, and physically cross C off. You have to consciously follow the system, and if you follow that system, you'll be successful, basically.
Wow.
Number 4, intentionally focus your mind on what you will gain, not what you will give up, which I really like.
I like that.
Yeah, my brain was like, oh, shit, that's kind of deep and true. So your actions will always follow your focus. The reason that most people fail, and this is what Andy says on his podcast, he says your actions will always follow your focus. So this is a big thing in like not meditation, manifestation. Mm-hmm. Like, when you're thinking about good things happen to you. If you're thinking about negative things tend to happen to you. So the reason that people fail at achieving their goals is that they focus on what they have to give up. When they're dieting, people fall off their diet because they think about giving up pizza and French fries, and their brain excuse me, and their brain is consistently fixated on those items. So they're like, oh, when can I have pizza? When can I have pizza? Mm-hmm. And so then when it eventually gets the pizza and French fries, you just kind of like fall back into your old ways because you're just fixated on what you couldn't have. But instead of focusing on that, focusing on like, well, in 75 days, and I'm just using our 75-day hard challenge as like an example for all of these things, but if I thought about pizza 24/7, I would want fucking pizza.
Yeah.
But I'm focusing on the goal of where we're going to be in 75 days.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically.
Yeah. Same. Although, like, what I do, it's like, I'm like, oh, this sounds really good. Like, let's say a hamburger. I'm going to go buy the meat and, like, make me a healthy hamburger. It's like a compromise.
Yeah, I think
that... It's like you're still allowed not you're still allowed to enjoy like pizza, but it's like you can modify and
to make it healthy
yeah. And still like, okay, this is like, because you could totally surprise yourself. You're like, oh my god, this was way better than I thought.
Yeah,
because you made it.
Yeah, and then you can keep making it. Like, I actually love sweet potato fries, like cooking them in the air fryer. And so I'll have chicken and sweet potatoes and green beans. And just, change up the veggies every now and then. Sometimes do meatballs, something, like you just have to change it up and find recipes that, oh my gosh, my freaking stomach is like all bubbly. Find recipes that you enjoy that also are easy to make, because something that I've found joy in is coming home and not necessarily having to cook. So like meal prepping and just like knowing, okay, well on Sunday I'm going to meal prep as much as I can. It just makes it a whole lot easier, just because now, when you get home, you have to work out for 45 minutes. And before this, it's like, okay, well, we're going to sit on the couch, we're going to relax, and you have time to just lollygag. And it's like,
nope, not anymore.
No, we're not lollygaggers anymore.
No, we're not. I luckily like have the benefit of like my mom, because my brother's also doing some type of cut, so it's like we're all in this together.
That's
so nice. We're like all eating like vegetables and just like more protein, and so she actually made this it's like a cacti salad last week. Oh my gosh, it was my favorite. So I had that last week. She made like these like leftover steaks we had.
Yeah.
And so I ate that. Like I came home from my walk and it was like
ready.
Wow.
Maria.
But that I feel like you might like it's so they're called nopales. They're like, it's pretty much cacti, just like cut up. They sell it in jars.
I don't know if I've ever had cactus before.
It's not cactus, but that's how I translate it.
Well,
maybe it is, but it's good because like they clean it off. Like you're not eating fucking shit. No.
Yeah, they're not giving you like the little pointy
like
things.
You'll think of it. It's like a pico almost.
Okay.
Because it has like tomatoes and you can put like avocado in it and like lime. Season it real well.
What do you eat it with? Just like a salad,
You just eat it like that.
Oh, okay.
It's as if it were a salad.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like I just ate that with my steak.
Nice.
And honestly, tell me this: I feel like I'm getting fuller. Like I can't eat.
Same. It's because of all the water we're having to
literally
drink.
Like last week, I was like, she made tilapia, and I came back from my walk. And I remember I was like, this is after my leg day. So I'm like
wobbling
one step on the stair and I'm like, oh Lord. And another step. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, it was just my walk. And my brother had left half a tilapia, but I was like, no, I'm kind of hungry. And I'm like eating it and like with the cacti salad. And then I'm like, I should have just eaten that half.
Yeah.
I don't think I can finish this.
Yeah. No, I know. For lunch, I like bring in my lunchbox with like just snacks, because I'm like, heaven forbid I forget to bring a snack.
And then I'm hungry.
And then I'm hungry, and we have this temptation snack wall over here. Like, no, we're not doing that. So I'm bringing carrots. I'm bringing my little turkey and cheese snack. I brought a little bar today. Just a variety.
Yeah.
Because heaven forbid I have one.
Yeah.
So today I ate some carrots in the bar. But yeah, last week even I was making this salad, and I kept it in the same container throughout the entire week. Like I would just bring it home, wash it, and make a new salad. on like the third day last week, so like Wednesday, I was like, I'm full. Like I couldn't finish my whole salad. And then by Thursday, same thing happened. Or no, I don't even think I ate. Yeah, no, I did eat, but I didn't finish my salad. And then Friday, I ate such a good breakfast. I didn't even eat lunch on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Because I was like, my hunger, like the foods are lasting longer to crave my hunger. And also I'm drinking a lot of water, so I feel fuller.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like, I don't want to force myself to eat if I'm not hungry.
Yeah, I don't either. If I'm like feeling like, oh, like at home when I work from home, I'll eat my carrots with my cottage cheese ranch I made.
Yeah.
Which is like really good.
It's not bad at all. Like, no, it actually looks like ranch. I have some in the fridge, and I was eating my carrots with it today too. And I was like, this, you could trick somebody and make this. I wanted to do like a taste test of the ranch. We should do that. We should
trick people.
We should trick people. That's your evil side coming out. We should trick people. We should. And then we just watch them eat it and we're like, what do you think? The only thing is the consistency. I feel like I just need to, like, I can tell that I know because I know that it's not ranch. But I feel like if I did it a couple more times, then I could probably smooth it out even more than I did.
Yeah.
But I just bought one of those little containers like this, and I did my little thingy, and put the ranch packet in, and now it's a whole thing of ranch in there.
Yeah.
Is that what you did too?
Well, I threw mine in a blender because I just happened to be making egg bites that day too. So I was like, I'm just gonna reuse this blender, so it's fine. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. Oh gosh, my belly is full
of water.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and like I had like back-to-back meetings last week, and I was like, there was one where I was like, okay, let's be done. I have to go pee, and I'm like running, and it's like a day I'm wearing a belt. I'm like, oh, shoot.
Those are the worst days. Like, you're like, why did I decide to wear a freaking belt today?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I had a client call me today, and it was like, as I was like going to the bathroom, I was like, nope, gonna have to call you back because I'm about to pee my pants.
Yeah.
I will pee my pants.
Oh my God. And then like every day I'm like work from home. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I get a call from work. I'm like, God damn it. Like, and it's as soon as I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm like, can I just pee in peace, please? My goodness.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. You should put on your Teams message like BRB, like,
I know.
You know how we used to do it, and
I know, but it's usually just like the intern calling me and I'm like,
well, he can wait.
Yeah, I could call him back, but I'm like, ugh.
You just don't call him back?
Well, I just answer it.
On the toilet?
No, I guess what I meant to say is like, it's like every time I'm like walking to the bathroom, my phone goes off. I'm like turning around and answering the phone. I'm like, what's going on? Like, hi, how can I help you? Blah, blah, blah.
I thought you answered it on the toilet. No. That would be great. You're like...
No, and then like the echo.
Yeah. He's like, are you in a tunnel?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I can't hear you. And just hang up on him. I'm driving through a tunnel. And just hang up.
Oh my God.
You could probably get away with that a couple times.
Yeah.
He's like, man, Luisa's always driving through a tunnel.
Oh my God.
You'd be like, I'll call you when I'm available.
Right.
Like, you just message me and say, hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
I need some more enthusiasm.
Of course, duh.
I need more than that.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, thank you. You're like, yeah, of course. Okay, so my dad and I went to this family reunion this past weekend on his dad's side. It's like my grandpa's grandma. So my dad's great grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And the cousin, her great grandpa. That's how we know this family reunion. Like they're connected by cousins. So we're we're the Wainscots, or my dad's the Wainscot, and these are the Eads. That's the family reunion that we were at. So we were like barely related to any of these people. But when we would get there, we were, just talking to people, random conversations with people that you don't know. And I was talking to this one lady and just talking about what we do and blah, blah, blah. And I ended up giving her one of my business cards. Mm-hmm. And she was just looking at it, and she's like, oh! And I was like, what? Like thinking something was wrong with my card or whatever. And she was like, your last name is Waddell? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, that was my ex-husband's last name. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, my 2 daughters that are here, their last names are Waddell too.
That's crazy.
Right? And I was like, that is a small world. And Waddell is my mom's maiden name. Mm-hmm. So I was like, Dad, we come to your family reunion, and I found family from my mom's side. Like, I don't think that they're related. Mm-hmm. Like, we're related bloodly.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I said it like that. It makes sense. But I don't think that we're related by blood. Mm-hmm. Because, I don't know, the areas that she was saying that he lived in, like, my mom's family never lived in. So, but you literally never know. Like, there could be, people were scandalous back in the day.
They really were. I mean, pre-COVID, people were very scandalous.
Well, I'm talking about, like, in the ancient, like,
times.
Yeah.
Like, I know, but like, I'm talking about like
great grandpa.
Yeah, like stuff. They had, multiple families.
Right, having an affair with the milkman or something, and
yeah,
and just having a kid that could be yours. You don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right?
But I'm talking about like that happened during COVID.
What?
Like, remember, like we were all shut down, and so like all these people. All these men really, because it was just, it could have been women, but mostly men that like had jobs that like had them travel a lot, and they would travel to go see their other families. So that's how a lot of these people found out that their dads had like multiple lives.
What?
Because they'd be like they'd search it up. This was like a huge thing during COVID.
I don't remember this.
I was deep in TikTok during this.
Why didn't you tell me? We lived together.
I feel like I did. I would share you. There was a point in the day where I would, like, Aaron and I would just be cuddled up on the couch. I'd be like, these are all the funny TikToks I watched today. We would just scroll by.
I know. Because I feel like Luisa's algorithm is different than mine. And so whenever she comes over and she'll be, like, watching TikTok on the couch, I like to watch her TikTok. Like, I like to lay next to her and watch her TikToks. Because I feel like they're going to be different than my TikToks.
Usually, that's how they are.
But sometimes the ones that you send me, I will send you. Mm-hmm. Like before I read the ones that you send me, I'll send you the same one.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, we really are 2 peas in a pod. We're so cute.
Oh.
Aren't we?
We are.
I know.
Look at us.
Look at us just being cute and being motivated and being strong. Patooties. We're just 2 cutie patooties.
Yeah. I literally told Fernando, I was like, I can't wait to see us at the end of this challenge.
I know. We're gonna be dominating the streets.
It's gonna be over for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, watch out, everyone. We're coming for you.
We're coming
for your jobs. We're coming for your
Not your men.
No, I don't want your men.
No, thank you.
The men are too difficult as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can keep your job too. I don't really want that either.
We don't know what we're coming for.
We're just coming. We'll be there.
Watch out. Hide your kids.
Hide your kids. We'll be there. We don't know what we're in for, but we're excited for it.
Yes. Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
I think that's a good place to end it because I have to pee.
Me too. I've literally been sitting here like, oh my God, don't drink any more water.
Don't laugh too hard. Could you imagine if I told you a really funny joke and you peed your pants?
I'm not too like bad. I'm like, I just know I have to pee.
Oh, I could probably pee my pants right now if you told me something really like hysterical.
Oh man, I can't think of anything funny.
Darn.
I know.
Until next time.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Well, I meant to tell everybody about we got squirrels that are after us.
Yeah, we need to make a squirrel segment and just have it on like a TikTok segment or something because I'm scared to walk in like it's during the morning during this certain part of my neighborhood. I can't be trusted, or the squirrels can't be trusted going over there because they want to attack me.
They are, when Aaron and I took a walk literally last weekend, I was like, these are not your regular squirrels.
No, they're feral.
What did I call them? I was like, these are their own little gang or something like that.
Oh my gosh, I have another thing to tell you too.
Oh my God, what?
I was on a walk, and this is kind of squirrel related, but not, because squirrels are like the birds on the ground, and the birds are actually birds in the sky. Right. I was walking by this house, and there was a sign on the fence, and I tried to take a video of it, but my freaking phone doesn't have storage because of that stupid text message thread. So now, I will have to walk by again, but on the fence, it was like, happy birthday, like they had just celebrated a birthday in the backyard or something. I'm not kidding you. There were about 50 pigeons on the roof of that house, and then also probably about 15 other pigeons on the house next door. Like, I don't know, like looking into that backyard or what was in there, but I like felt obligated to like go and knock on the door of that homeowner and be like, do you know you have like 50 fucking pigeons on your roof right now? It was insane.
Did you knock on their door?
No, oh. I thought about it. They're like, those are my pet birds.
Oh yeah, the government's after me. They're no big deal.
Yeah. They're like, oh, like turning on the music so they can't hear. But I was like, that is just so disgusting that there are so many right there in there. And then it had to have been a party, like an animal party or something, like in the night. I don't know, because then like 4 or 5 squirrels come running out of the fence, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in that backyard? Like, are they feeding these animals? Like, I don't know. I was like, that's
Snow White back there.
Yeah, like so grossed out. But I was like, I have to take a video of this. And then I went to save it, and it was like storage full. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. But now I should have lots of storage.
Yeah, you should.
So,
anyways, catch us next time for our rodent adventures.
Yeah, I tried to, like, oh my God, I did almost see a squirrel commit suicide today too.
You told me.
I know, but I didn't tell them.
Oh, yeah.
That would have ruined my day. Like, I already don't like the squirrels. They already torture me enough. And then there's going to be like a
psychological warfare.
Right. There's going to be a fucking squirrel ghost haunting me while I'm like just trying to live my life.
That's hilarious.
He's like, you could have saved me. Like, no, bitch, don't run in the road.
That's funny.
But he made it. He's alive. He's good.
Alive.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. I love you guys. If you don't follow us on our social media, make sure to follow us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. I'm going to go pee my pants now.
Me too.